Whole sports all plays. Yeah. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Whole sports all plays.
What it do, baby? It is your boy Pride alongside with Mike from Chicago. Welcome to another episode of ASAP Vibes. Mike, how you feeling?
I'm doing good, man. Just chilling, getting my Bulls back. One step closer to Matt Nagy getting fired. It's, if you didn't see Pride, I know you might have seen it going around Twitter. There were some Christmas carolers in Chicago last night singing songs to Carlos Correa, and he responded back on Twitter. So there's that. We'll see what happens for Cubs fans. And that's how my week's going so far.
Buck Showalter is the new manager of the New York Mets, which, no disrespect, is going to make no difference whatsoever.
No.
And it's not really that it's his fault. I wholeheartedly believe that the upper office, the upper management, they do a lot of questionable decisions. So until you start clearing that portion,
yeah,
I'm sorry, Buck Showalter, he won't be able to make that much of a difference. Not saying he's a scrub, but, fighting an uphill battle. The dude could barely walk without a cane. So we've seen him with a horrible when you have a horrible front office. We saw him at the tail end when he was in Baltimore. We saw him at the tail end where people were even questioning how he even was still a manager, how all this stuff. So I just want to throw that out there. But Mike, you heard there was some news out there, and you were loving it. You were partaking in it.
I did not love it. I did not love it.
You're right. You didn't love it. You adored it. More than like it was. It was wild. It was wild. So let me ask you something. I want you to explain what the hell. Where'd it go? Of course. Oh, here it is. My bad. I want you to explain your take on Anthony Davis going down with a sprained MCL for 4 to 6 weeks.
I think it's an awful look. It's just horrible. It's first. I hate Fred Ward. If you're watching this, I hate the conception of someone fell on him. Because when I first heard that, I didn't see it happen live. I didn't see any of the videos. So when I heard someone fell on him, correct me if I'm wrong, I envisioned Anthony Davis is on the ground and someone legitimately fell on him. That's how I took it. Now,
when you hear it, how he said it,
right?
Yeah, but he kind of misspoke because it was just more along the lines of someone not fell on him, but fell into him.
Right, but the way you said it, I was like, "Oh, that's awful. That's like a horrible thing to happen." And then I watched the video and watched Anthony Davis watch a grown man fly straight into him and didn't move. And I was like,
"But I don't. This is just me. This is just my take." For he said, "Look, like Facebook is back up." Yes, sir, it is. My thing on that is, AD didn't watch him.
I was watching him. I can't tell you where his eyes were, but where else would they have been? The stands? What?
Probably looking at everybody else to see what's going on, like where it opens.
No, they were. If you watch, they're the only ones at the key of the court. They're the only ones at the top.
No, it's Bron.
It's Bron, Bell, and AD.
Right.
So what else are you looking at?
I mean, but the only way Anthony Davis is moving that fast is if he knew someone's running into me. You know what I mean? Like if he knew
a good stumble though. Like it wasn't like I was like right next to.
But you also got to take into consideration that was the second time he left the court yesterday.
And that's
he already left once. So what I think is no matter what, when he left and came back, he was kind of
he was already banged.
He was already banged. So I just think it was compounded, to be honest.
Right.
That's just how I look at it.
And that's perfectly fine. But, we talk about it time and time again. What bothers me the most about Lakers fans is if Russell Westbrook were to come off, if you were in that position, you ain't moving that fast in action. I played safety, sir. I do move that fast in action. Don't come at me. But it's definitely one of those things. It's the sport. It's basketball. Yeah, guys who can't take a hit. It's basketball. I'll say that on camera. Is what it is. I'll be very clear about that. Is LeBron James, Giannis, and probably Shaq are the only guys that I say can take a hit and keep on going. Kobe's one of those guys too, but I'm not going to do that with pride here. But it's definitely, though, a situation to me where you traded for this guy knowing that's what he was in New Orleans, if we're keeping it a stack. Like, he's had this history. Freddie, pride, what did I send to the group chat last night? 9 photos of what? And that was not all of the photos. All of the same photo of Anthony Davis grabbing his knee.
And it's crazy, Mike, because I was on Just Say the Truth last night.
Mm-hmm.
And when it happened, we were actually live.
Right.
It was.
Oh yeah,
I was on it. Ray was there. Tristan was there.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan was there, and LDZ was there. Freddie was there, but at the time he wasn't on camera because I think he was watching the game. When there was 5 of us, and Freddie with the comment, Mike is definitely trolling because it don't matter who it is. Look, this is my thing. All 4 of them literally said it was about time. Like, he was due for one.
Right.
Like, that to me is the problem where, and again, look, I love Anthony Davis.
Right.
I do. But when you start being put in the conversation of there is a literal time frame,
right, to where you
know what I mean? Like once you start getting put in that type of conversation,
mm-hmm.
something's wrong.
Like, it reminds me, and Freddie's gonna be like, it's nothing the same. If anything, it's worse than the Derrick Rose situation, because with Derrick, it's a conversation, and hear me out on this, pride. It's a conversation of, okay, legitimate injury that kept reoccurring. With Anthony Davis, it's not. It's just a bunch of other things that keep knocking you out for months and months. And that's worse than, to me, this is worse than an ACL tear, because with an ACL tear, you know, they're going to reconstruct it. It's going to get better. It's going to heal. And most likely it's probably not going to happen again. With Anthony Davis, it's always something new. Always something new. And no matter what it is, it's never the same thing. It's never a muscle tear. It's never a broken ligament. It's never a broken bone. Broken ligament. What am I talking about? A broken bone. But like it's the small stuff that bothers people the most, especially within a career. Pride, you know better than anybody. When those tiny knick-knack type of injuries keep happening, it can really bang a guy's career. Now, Derrick Henry is a perfect example of this. Derrick Henry going down the way he did is a lot easier in my mind to bring him back next year than Christian McCaffrey. Because Christian McCaffrey, although didn't tear his ACL, didn't break his shoulder, didn't do this or this, it's all of the little things that just continue to build up that changes you as a player. So my problem with Anthony Davis, you know, Chicago native, all love to him, but, you know, he lost credibility. He's a Packers fan. I don't even know how that happens. But someone failed you at some point in your life. But it's definitely a situation, though, where when you trade Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, and picks for this guy, you know, obviously you won a championship, and that's perfectly fine. But what the idea of it is the same, as that was the risk you took when you traded for him in the beginning, and now you're starting to see. You saw the highs. You saw what could happen if he stays healthy. But now you're starting to see the effects of the lows of when he's not, and that's what happened in New Orleans the majority of the time.
Yeah, and here's my thing. And I'm gonna give you pushback in terms of you comparing it to Derrick Rose. You know,
no, I meant like that same nagging injury, though. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Oh, okay.
Always something.
Right, yeah.
All the talent in the world. He has the resume. I'm not taking anything away from who he is. Okay. But you are just never available. That's where I compared it.
Yeah, and my thing is with Anthony Davis. I'll be 100% honest here. I really am. I don't think he's as hurt as people make it out to be. I think they're doing with him what they did with LeBron earlier, where LeBron, he had an injury, but it wasn't as serious as to keep him out for a while. but they just want to try new stuff to see, to try to incorporate everyone. That's how I'm looking at it. Now,
Right. They
I
want to
could
see
be
their
wrong.
new. They want to see their new 5'9" center.
100%. Yeah, because freaking everyone's like, "Oh my God, IT's back." I'm like, "All right, let's settle down."
He had a good game. I'll give him that. He had a good game. That's fine.
Yeah, solid game, but let's not pretend. I'm not even gonna go too deep into that rabbit hole. But this is what I'm gonna say about that. I just wholeheartedly believe is they're just more along the lines of, we're gonna be rather safe than sorry. Right. Freddie says this all the time, and honestly, I wholeheartedly believe this is how the Lakers feel. They don't care about the 1 seed.
Right? No, I agree.
They don't care about the 1 seed at all. They just want to be at least in the 6 seed, so they're not in the play-in.
Right.
That's all they care about.
But can I ask you this though? Like,
go ahead.
When you really look at it, when you compared that, Pride, and this is me not taking a shot at you, but I have 2 parts to this. Mm-hmm. When you're comparing what Anthony Davis is at the age of 26, 27 years old, to what LeBron James is at the age of 37, it's a bad look. Mm-hmm. This is your franchise player, and you're treating him like a 37-year-old. That's
he's 20. Lies. Yeah, because he's 28?
I think he's 28 now. I might have given him a couple years early, but
I think he's like 20.
You're still in the peak of your prime, though. Like, this is what you should be. You should be that guy that's dominating. You should be that guy that was once viewed as the new face of the league. Like, that's just the reality of it. So when you're being treated the same way as LeBron James at this point in his career, it's 2 very different conversations. If LeBron James had this going on to him at the age of 28, he's slandered, he's ridiculed, he's never viewed as a potential GOAT ever again. That's just how I look at it. So people that are in LA giving Anthony Davis a pass because, he's a big man. No, he's not a big man because he can't bang with big men. He got knocked on his ass by a guard. And I understand an MCL is very serious, but I've seen him get knocked on his ass by guards before. So
even when he, because I said this last night.
It's never a big man.
Because it's weird. Anthony Davis plays small.
Right.
And it's not to say that, I'm not saying that in terms of, when the pressure's
off,
too big. But it's not that. It's just he plays, and it's weird when he's at the 4, he plays like a stretch 4, right? Yeah. Which is like, you're good at that, but you also need to get in the paint. What I noticed about him a lot, when he's at the 5, he plays like a 3.
Yeah.
Which is bizarre to me.
He's not playing center at all.
No, he's not. And it's bizarre to me. So it's like, and look, my whole thing with AD, I mean, it's tough because
it's
28
not,
years old.
It's not tough.
Is that what?
It's really not tough. Like, if we're being real, if he was still in New Orleans, we're saying that he's done. We're saying that this guy can't stay on the court. Now, just because he's with the Lakers and he's relevant. No, I totally agree. If that never goes down and he's the only guy still in New Orleans after 10 plus years and he's consistently injured, guys are going to want him out. That's just the reality of it. But
not really though, because you have to take into consideration it's New Orleans. Like they don't, you know what I mean? So like,
no, but like when you look at John Wall with the Wizards, like John Wall could still hoop, but everyone's saying he's done is because he can't stay on the court. That's
no, it's not. It's not that.
I think
it's the contract, because nobody wants to pay a max contract to a guy. If we're gonna be honest, he can still hoop. Let's not get it twisted. I'm not trying to say he can't hoop.
Horrible contract.
He can't. He's not hooping on that same level.
No.
Let's be honest. You know what I mean? He's not going to be a number 1 or a number 2 option on a championship team.
Right. But that's the biggest thing, though. Is
like on some teams, if we're going to keep it a stack, on some teams, he's probably coming off the bench. If on some championship team.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? Like if he goes to Phoenix, he's coming off the bench.
Right. But it's one of those things, though, with Anthony Davis, when this is your future, and you're already treating him like it's the end, that's really concerning to me. And I think what you gave up, and I get Lonzo wasn't where he's at now in Chicago or how he was in New Orleans, but Brandon Ingram was always that guy. And that's why from the beginning, I said, I think he always was. He always had that dog in him. He was just young, always trying to get there. I think if anything, you traded Kuzma. You kept Brandon. That's truly how I looked at it.
For me, I'll say this right now. These I'm just gonna keep it like I'm being 100% honest. These kids are not they're not. They're not going to be who they are today if they're still in LA.
Right.
You know
don't
what I
think
mean?
Brandon
Like,
is?
no, nah.
I think he is.
Because the thing is, he's not going to get those same touches.
You don't
You know
think
what I
he
mean?
would, though? I think he would.
I don't think so. I don't think he'll get the same touches. And on top of that, the quality of touches he would get would be different. Because we got to understand, Brandon Ingram is a horrible spot-up shooter.
Yeah.
If you try to make him, he is horrible at that. If you watch him in New Orleans, it's a lot of him creating his own shot.
Right.
Right? In LA, can't do that.
Right.
He just wouldn't be able to do that. That's the only reason why I believe in LA, Brandon Ingram wouldn't have been successful, because just his play, the way he plays, it just would not work with LeBron.
Now,
You know what I mean?
Because
you
do
know
you
what I
think
mean?
at some point they win a championship, though, if it's Bron, Lonzo, and Ingram ever? And then you also take into account.
I'm not going to say never.
Take into account, though, really quick, you still could have got AD a year later in free agency. So do you think they're better off that way? Or trading?
Better off doing that? Maybe.
Right.
If they go to Lonzo and say, Lonzo, you got to fix your shit. You know, like if they tell him you got to fix it and they do that, then yeah. You know, yeah. But at the same time, it's like, do they really want to do that? Because we got to remember, when they made that move, it was a we're trying to win now move.
Right. And Boston was trying to make the same move in a couple
right. You know what I mean? Which, again, we all know I'm a Boston fan. I'm glad we didn't get him in the end.
Right.
I'm glad we did.
And then, but pride right there, that speaks volumes. That speaks volumes.
Which is why it's hard for me to defend him nowadays, because I'm the same dude who was like, look, I recognize the talent. And I don't want to say he's injury prone. I don't want to say that. But, you know, even if you want to say that, here's been my biggest problem with Anthony Davis.
Right.
And again, this is no disrespect. What is he, like, what? 6'11"?
Oh, 6'11"? I would, yeah, sure.
You want to call him 6'10"?
I was, yeah. Reaching.
Okay, well, let's call him 6'10". You're 6'10" for no reason.
Right.
Like, let's call it what it is. You're 6'10" playing like JR. Get it together.
Yeah, and it's no disrespect, but especially with a rival like you. Like, I've heard Packers fans say, because Packers tried to get Khalil Mack. They offered the whole entire future for him. But you'll not hear a single Packers fan say, I'm happy that didn't work out. I'm happy we didn't get him. Like, you won't hear it. They're still salty about it. They're still happy he's in Chicago. They're still salty he's in Chicago. Pardon me. We're still happy he's in Chicago. Now, you, as a Boston fan, to say at the end of the day, I'm happy we didn't do that, that's a bad look. Because even as a rival, it's like, oh, at least we didn't give up our future for that. And you still won a championship, and they're still saying that.
Yeah.
It speaks volumes to what it really is, because let's be real here. When Russ leaves, inevitably, whenever that may be,
right,
or when LeBron retires, and Anthony Davis can only play 40 to 50 games a season at the age of 32, 33, and your best guy is Malik Monk and Kendrick Nunn, Taylor Horton Tucker is going to go get his bag somewhere. So anybody thinking that he's staying is crazy.
What? Let's dive into that. I think he stays.
If you don't give him his respect, no. If by the time Bron leaves, Taylor's not getting starting minutes, he's gone. Because that
that's what I genuinely believe. By the time, and by the way, Frankie, yes, I am Dub City, baby. You already know the vibes, but I believe he's good. Listen, maybe it's just me. I'm bugging. Let me know.
Right.
Once Russ leaves, THT's guy has to be in the starting lineup.
I mean, he's not a point guard, but yeah, I hear what you're saying.
No. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying because I'm saying Russ probably leaves after this year, right? If he does, do what you did before. Let LeBron be the point guard.
Right.
That's just how I'm looking at it.
I look at it from a situation of, and they're both from Chicago, so I have no bias on either or. But I look at it as if you would ask me who I think the actual face of this franchise is going to be 5 years from now, it's THT. Like, I don't think it's Anthony Davis at all. I think from a financial standpoint, it's Anthony Davis. But I think from actual production and value to the team, I think it's Taylor Horton-Tucker, and I'll die by that. I'll ride on that pipe where you can castrate me any way you want it. Like it's that's the reality of it to me. Is THT is taking every single opportunity that he has, and Anthony Davis, every opportunity he has to remain on the court, he's gone again, and that's just the reality. Now he has great moments, he does, but again, what they want you to be, you're just not, and that's the reality of it.
If LeBron leaves, will the Lakers make Anthony Davis the number one and build around him? Well, here's my opinion on that. I disagree, Mike. I think they do. And the reason yes, and the only reason I say that is, what other choice do you have?
I think,
you know what I mean. Like,
realistically,
that's what I'm saying. Like, realistically, what other choice do they really have?
You bring in someone.
But if you bring in someone, then whoever you're bringing in is to replace AD, not to pair with him. And the only reason I say this, Mike, is because when they first brought AD in,
right,
it was not only you're gonna help LeBron, with a chip, but when LeBron is gone, you are the next generation. You are gonna lead into the future. And if that's not going to work out and you have to go bring somebody else, I mean, is it wild to say that they might trade AD for it?
Nah, that's my thing, though. I think it's more realistic for it to be the same thing that happened with LeBron, is to where, all right, well, we'll let you be the face of the show, like it is what it is, but we're going to bring in guys to help you, whether that be via free agency. Now, they're going to surround him with stars to make it look a lot better than what it really is, so that when these injuries happen, no one's going, oh, my God, the Lakers are ass. Because the second, if all of them are gone and they don't replace these guys, like we're talking Bron, Russ, THT, etc., and it's just Anthony Davis, when Anthony Davis goes down, it's a problem. If you bring in, and this is just an example, if you brought in a Giannis or a Luka or a young cat like that, an Anthony Edwards, a Karl Anthony Towns, so on and so forth, whoever that may be. And yeah, I said Karl Anthony Towns because you would have a legitimate center on your team, then not some guy trying to play center. But it's
I mean, listen, I don't disagree with you because I wholeheartedly believe, like right now, Karl Anthony Towns, in my opinion, is the third best center. When everyone's healthy, the third best center in basketball. I got Jokic at 1, and I got Embiid at 2. And if you want to switch those, that's fine.
I don't have Jokic at 1 or 2 or 3. Respectfully, I just don't. When I look at a center,
who's your top 5 center? Top 5 centers right now.
I'm gonna be so real with you, and this is not when there's 2 different versions of a center.
If you say Vucevic, swear to God, I'm leaving.
I don't think he's. I'm gonna be respectfully. I put Vuce at like 8 or 9 in top 10, like overall. But
let me hear your top 5 centers.
When you look at the center position, and this is where I'm coming from, Pride, you have to look at it as the center position. If we're talking about scoring centers, Jokic is definitely top 3. He's probably number 1 if you look at it from a scoring perspective. But the position itself, I have it Rudy Gobert, you have Joel Embiid, just pride. It's such a hater. He's such a hater. But no, when I'm being so serious though, when you look at the natural position of what a center is, Rudy Gobert is a center. Like that is what a center is. He's a defensive player of the year. He's done it before. He's done every single thing that everyone asks him to do. When you're talking about a scoring center, someone who you look at it from an offensive production, oh, Jokic is there. But when you look at Jokic as an overall center, he's all right. But like, you know what I mean? Like he's just not there, in my opinion, from a
Rudy Gobert is not in any way, shape, or form a top 5 center.
No, but I'm saying as the position pertains, he does everything the position asks him.
Not.
That's crazy.
Nope. Because as a center, you should have a post-up game, right?
Right.
Rudy Gobert doesn't know what that is.
Scoring perspective. Like when you really look at it, there's a bunch of guys in this league, like James Wiseman, I feel like is an amazing center for what he actually is. But from a scoring perspective, he's just not there yet. So I think there's 2 different things. Now, Nikola Vucevic, perfectly fine. Perfectly fine with him being top 5. But to have him at 1 as the center position,
he is the best center in basketball. And if you don't want to say he's the best center, then the only other acceptable answer is Joel Embiid.
Not full.
That's it. Ain't no way. No. Look, man, I'm gonna tell you this right now, and people are gonna get mad at me, and I don't care if you get mad. Rudy Gobert is a glorified Clint Capella.
Mm.
Again, y'all might not be ready for that conversation, but Rudy Gobert is nothing but a glorified Clint Capella.
Mm-mm.
Yes, he's a dude that offensively has nothing. Defensively is solid, but could barely. Let this sink in. He's a center who struggles guarding a 4. Let that sink in one time.
Right.
Let that sink in one time. He's a
That's why I
center,
mean, from
but
a center
struggles guarding a
position,
4.
what you ask a center to be.
We're talking about Rudy Gobert, the same one who got 40 hung on Ben Simmons, who everyone says is washed.
I like Ben. I don't like Ben.
Saying,
I don't like Ben's character. I like Ben.
Look, man. I don't know where all this stuff where it came from, because all I'm saying, man, he's not. I'm pretty sure.
He coughed and shut down the entire league. He's the best defensive player to ever do it.
Well, I mean, yeah, because obviously, yeah, with that lockdown defense, and yeah, you locking down the league. I get it.
Locked him down for like a good year straight.
Yeah, but I mean, other than that, I mean, look, if we're just gonna talk about it, like, and maybe this is just me,
right?
He's not better. He's not better than Vucevic. That's just me. He's not better than Karl Anthony Towns, and I'm talking about Rudy Gobert. He's not better than Karl Anthony Towns. He's not better than Jokic. He's not better than Joel Embiid. He's not even better than Bam Adebayo. Like, look, like all this nonsense about, oh my God, Rudy Gobert was so great defensively. Look, he can block shots. And that's outside of that, but outside of that, defensively, he does nothing, because when he contest, like, his contesting is horrible.
Right.
Because if you look at not only the stats but also him playing, when he contests dudes, he somehow always leaves an angle where they could still lay the ball in. Right. So if he's not blocking it, he's just still letting you score. So
right. And that was my point, is where when I categorize a center, I look at it from the position, what a center position really is versus a scoring center. Now, Vucevic, in all reality, is a top 5 center when it comes to scoring. He is. He's probably 5, but he's top 5. Now, when you look at the center position as a whole, I can't say that because, let's be real, Vooch doesn't really play defense like that.
Right. But so here's my thing.
When I look at the center position,
but you're saying, you know, in terms of, you know, defense.
Right.
What about, I mean, what about rebounding?
Really quick. I look at it like this, though.
Go ahead.
I do the same thing with point guards. Like, when you look at the actual point guard position, Chris Paul and Lonzo Ball are top 5 point guards. Now, scoring point guards, probably Lonzo's definitely not in there. Lonzo's no doubt in there. Chris Paul, top 5, you can make a conversation about. But I still think it's up for debate. But when you look at what a point guard is supposed to do for the team, Lonzo and CP3 should be on that list. Now, when you look at from a scoring point guard perspective, they're not, and it's respected that they're not. CP3 maybe. Again, I'll make that case because I know Jay Ness is out there somewhere, and Chris Robinson are out there somewhere ready to beat my head in. But it's definitely something to me where I look at it and I go, you have to look at these guys from position and then from what they're worth. And I think Rudy Gobert, from a scoring perspective, is dog shit. No question about it. But
defensively, he's also dog shit.
Defensively, I can't say he's dog shit. I
can't.
I can't. You can't have 2 defensive players.
Anthony Price says, can I hear your top 3 centers of all time?
Of all time. That's a whole different. We got so many categories to go into. But
for me, I mean, maybe it's just me, but there's only
Shaq is always going to be my one. Shaq is always going to be my number 1.
That's why.
No, but pride. I'll say it like this. It's a bias. I grew up on Shaq. It'll always be a bias. Like, it's not legitimate. Like, it's always going to be – there's always going to be those Elijah Wans. There's always going to be Kareems. There's always going to be all these other –
I never in my life will understand the disrespect on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I love Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I will never understand the disrespect. You know what I think it is? I just think since he goes out and speaks stuff, you know what I mean? And he speaks and he's logical.
Did you see, what did he say the other day? He said something the other day that
he just thought about Bron, about when Bron grabbed his nuts, which I agree with Kareem. I mean, look, Bron, I love you. You know,
grown men don't dance or something.
I love that thing. But when he grabbed it, he did the thing what Marshawn Lynch used to do when he would go in the end zone, he would jump and grab his nuts. He did that. I was like, Bron, do better, bro. 100%. I agree with you.
He wasn't wrong. There's kids watching, there's stuff going on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? Then you wonder why guys' wives get mad at you during the game.
But not only that, I mean, look, that's all I'm going to say. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the greatest center to ever play the game.
Potentially the greatest player.
It's not even close. It's not even close.
Right.
Not even close. If you want to put Shaq in top 3, sure. But like I said, I mean,
right? No, was it favorite or all time?
Huh?
Was it favorite or all time?
No, like who he said.
Oh, like straight up?
Yeah, can I hear your top 3 centers of all time?
Well, yeah. So, like, from a favorite perspective, like Shaq is always going to be my favorite center of all time. And that's honestly, it's because I didn't get a chance to watch Kareem like that. If I got to watch Kareem on a night-to-night basis, I'd probably be riding him into the night. I'd probably have a Kareem stamp somewhere. Yeah, free Kareem wherever he's at. But
free Kareem, bro.
Yeah, no, I definitely think it's Kareem. Shaq, you could put him at 2 or 3. There's always a conversation. Wilt is there. A lot of guys. There's a lot of guys that deserve that. But again, it's that perspective, though, Pride. I also think we have this conversation, and Dwight Howard, I think, is a perfect example as well, that he is the center position. The problem is at one point he just stopped scoring. And that's where I mean is Dwight will always be an amazing center in this game. But
but it wasn't just a scoring.
Well, there was a lot of
because the thing is like because after he left Orlando,
right.
Not only it was a scoring, the rebounding went down. Defensively, he mentally checked out. Like he literally, like we talk about how Darren Williams woke up and decided to be trash. Dwight decided to copy him, bro. Like Darren Williams woke up and all of a sudden went from Utah to Brooklyn and was trash. The instant Dwight left Orlando, he has not been the same. He's been nothing but a glorified role player. Right. If we're gonna be honest, and it's so for me, I'm not gonna say for that one specifically. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say any of that, but I will say this before we move on. Free Kareem, because he get no respect no matter where he go or what he
do. Just because of his era. If it was anywhere else, he'd be fine.
Yeah, probably. Even though he's in the same era as MJ, But whatever. I'm either gonna be that guy.
It's a valid conversation.
But keeping it in the NBA, Brooklyn. I've never laughed so hard in my entire life.
It was a bad.
And I mean this with and I understand this, ladies and gentlemen. I mean this with complete and utter disrespect. But I've never laughed so hard in my entire life. Ever. Because I was told when Kyrie Irving were to come back, he won't get COVID. He's fine. He'll never get it. And I kept telling people, watch what'll happen. He won't get it. Watch what'll happen. I tell you, people, listen, you don't got to be religious, but I'm going to tell you right now, God works in mysterious ways. He works in mysterious ways. Karma gonna catch up to you. She's brutal. She is brutes magoots, as the children say in the streets.
I don't say that in the street.
They do say that, Mike.
I don't say that.
Kyrie Irving came in. Mike, have you ever watched wrestling before?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at yes and not say the second part of what I was going to say.
No, what were you gonna say? Come on, no, you gotta say it. You gotta say it now. You gotta say it.
I was like 7.
When you were 7, damn.
It ain't no disrespect. I
feel you. Because here's nothing. Because the reason
I was rocking with it after they told me it was fake, and I was like, so I never went back. I felt cheated. I felt robbed.
I felt cheated. I felt robbed. Because I'm just
I was hurt. I was Pride. I was legitimately. I want you to know. I am not saying that they are not athletes. I'm not saying it is not a fun sport to watch. I'm just saying 7-year-old Mike Hughes found out that Edge and The Undertaker really didn't die, and I was hurt when I saw them come back. So I was like, I'm over it. I'm gone.
Only reason I asked was because I think it was the 2008 Royal Rumble. There was a wrestler. His name was Santino Marella. He went in, and as soon as he said it, he got out. He immediately got eliminated. It was like a second. And I was like, that was Kyrie Irving coming back into the league. As soon as he came in, boop, got out in the COVID protocols. Right. By the way, for those saying, he's only in the COVID protocol because that's the stuff he was supposed to do when he returned. No, he was tested, and he got a positive test for COVID.
Which is honestly, that's just the real thing though going around right now is that they're saying this, from what I'm hearing, Pride, is this is going to be the easiest variant we've had yet, and potentially could be a very good one. Of everyone who's not vaccinated is very likely to get this. So herd immunity is definitely going to be something I feel like we're going to start seeing a lot more of. And it's going to probably be a lot less deaths for at least the Omicron variant, which I'm assuming is the one everyone in the league is getting. Because you can't tell me that Delta just woke up one day and realized they had hands, because they had hands the entire time.
Right.
So I definitely do think this is probably Omicron. I'm not going to go out there and assume that, but I would like to think it is that, especially with how fast Russell Westbrook got out of protocols. It's definitely something to where if it was Delta, I think it would have hit a lot harder. But with this, it's a situation to where it's kind of a good thing that Kyrie got COVID right away, because when you think about it, Kevin Durant's in protocols. James Harden, if I'm not mistaken, is still in protocols. This is probably
he was the first one to be in protocol.
Yeah. Makes sense when you hang out with Lil Baby all the time, but that's neither here nor there. It's definitely something though to me where I look at it from that perspective, and I think, let's be real, I'm gonna say this at ease because I'm not saying it's 100% factual, but Kyrie Irving's probably not gonna have a single another COVID problem the rest of the year. Like once you get COVID,
because I wouldn't say that.
You're pretty regularly though. You're pretty good.
Because here's the thing.
Antibodies.
No, because again, the variants are different. You know what I mean? So I'm not sure which one he got. You know what I mean? Now, if I'm not mistaken,
Omicron or
I think the Omicron, that's the one that's not as deadly. It's just more contagious. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's the one that's like if you get it, you'll feel like poop. It's not going to be good. But your chance of dying is like real low.
Can I ask though?
Go ahead.
How freaking weird it is that Kyrie Irving couldn't come back when COVID was basically not relevant in the NBA all season. But the second the Bulls get shut down, the second Charlotte gets shut down, the second the Lakers get it, and then you waited for KD and Harden to get it. Now you bring in Kyrie. Why? When COVID's a problem, you brought in the unvaccinated guy. It just didn't. I was like, "What do we
see?" And that's the question.
It felt like a setup.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far saying it's a setup. I wouldn't go that far because they've been talking about bringing him back for a while. You know what I mean?
I don't know. It was a weird. I was like, "What? That doesn't make any sense in the world. It doesn't make sense to bring him in at all."
Because you know what I think. 100% it doesn't. But then there's still those morons out there that goes free Kyrie. So. I understand something. I'm probably gonna yell that for other people saying free Kyrie. You're a fucking idiot. But
I didn't say it.
And I'll wear that one. I'll wear that one with pride. I don't give a shit. I will say this though. I think Brooklyn was trying to get in contact with the league to see if we bring him in, are y'all gonna suspend him? Like, are y'all going to do this? Are y'all going to do that? I think that's what Brooklyn was doing. I think they were trying to, get some answers because the last thing they would want is for them to bring Kyrie Irving in. He gets suspended. And now the potential of him coming back this year is now zero. So if I had to take a guess.
You think he's not coming back this year?
No. I'm talking about if the league went to suspend him. Like, let's say if they brought
because of this, back. I was like, no, he's coming.
No. I'm talking about if they brought Kyrie back and the league said, "Oh, you're not going to do that," and then they suspended him for the rest of the year. That's what I'm saying. I think that's what Brooklyn's mindset was. Like, would y'all suspend him? They're starting to ask questions, and then I don't know if the league said either sure it's okay or they just didn't get an answer.
That's also a thing.
Right, which
they have every right to go play him.
Right, because if we're gonna be honest, they're not saying no.
Right.
That's why Brooklyn's looking at it. You're not saying no.
They just said no New York, no California. Okay, that's fine.
Right, exactly. They're like, if you're not saying no, then he can play in Dallas.
Now, where's the game on Christmas?
I'll tell you right now.
Because it's against the Lakers.
Doesn't matter, actually.
Right.
No, it doesn't matter.
Right.
It literally doesn't matter because if you put it in, because in Brooklyn, in New York, there's the mandate.
Right.
And then in California, the mandate.
Right.
So it literally doesn't matter. Kyrie can't play Christmas.
So if we're being completely real, on Christmas, it's going to be Joe Harris versus the Los Angeles Lakers.
No.
That's the chances. There's chances of it.
No. James Harden will be back by then.
Oh, you think when did he go?
He,
Probably like a week ago, right?
yeah,
Yeah, he'll be back.
that's what I'm saying. He will be back. Kevin Durant, it being today,
It would have to be him being positive. I don't know if he's in protocols for what reason.
he was positive.
Hmm,
He was positive.
that's tough.
Yeah, him, James Harden, and Kyrie, they were all positive. So at this point, they're trying to. Man, the thing with
But
since
brothers.
since KD and James Harden are vaccinated, I think the only
They might be able to come back after 2 negative tests, but I think
yeah,
Kyrie
like 2 negative. Kyrie Irving won't be able to do that. It's like for him, it's more,
wait out those 2 weeks.
And can I ask a question real quick?
Hmm.
Can I ask a question real quick? Just real quick. Is Kevin Durant dead? Did he die or something?
Why?
I'm just asking. Did Kevin Durant, the basketball player, is he dead?
No, sure.
No, right? No. Okay. Did James Harden grow like a third eye or something?
Nah, but he sucks.
Oh, well, I mean, that's neither here nor there. But
No, it is. It is
let me
there.
ask you something. LeBron, is he paralyzed from the neck down?
Sometimes
Sometimes.
it's on the injury report.
Okay. And then with Giannis, is he, I don't know. Doesn't he look different? His head looks bigger, like it's almost about to explode, right? Oh, wait, none of this is happening because the vaccine won't kill you. Fuck, man. I just had to throw that shit out there, bro.
Dude, I'm not going down for this.
I don't care. I'll get in trouble. And
I
will take the punishment.
I've been censored.
I'll take the punishment. I'll take the punishment. So, for all you morons screaming free Kyrie, go home. Or go to your room. If you have a TV in your room, throw it out the window. Close the door. Lock your door. Don't come out. You don't need food, by the way, because if the vaccine's dangerous, guess who approves food? The same people who approve the vaccine, the CDC. Throwing that out there for all the idiotic morons who will take Benadryl without reading anything that's in it. Who'll take Tylenol, Advil, ibuprofen, but again, probably talks too much.
Hey, really quick, just want to say if Benadryl is ever trying to get sponsored by the ASAP network, definitely tap in. I will be your poster boy. I will eat anything you want. That's the best naps of my life.
Anthony Price said, just postpone the game. It won't be a good game for Christmas. For me, I think it'll be okay.
Nah, you gotta have a Christmas game.
Oh yeah. I mean, you're gonna have to because here's the thing. But here's the thing, though. Let's actually look like.
It's ass.
Let's look. Let's actually pull up the NBA schedule.
That's like when Luka
Damian Hernandez says, "What up, Beavis and Butthead?" So,
Damian,
that's your boy.
Damian, pull it up again. Damian, just look at it, bro. Good day, sir.
I love it here. All right. So when is Christmas again? The 31st.
Bro,
I don't do Christmas, bro. I don't do Christmas.
25th, dog.
25th? I bet. Appreciate it.
Bro,
I don't do like honestly, the only reason this year is when
that's New Year's though. You didn't even
Oh shit, that is New Year's Eve. Fuck.
Come on, man.
I think I'm fucked up right now.
I think you got COVID.
I hope I do. Hopefully it'll kill me, bro. Cause
hey man. You ain't never lying, bro.
And I meant that shit with every fiber of my being. So these are the games which, if we're gonna be honest, the league has some maneuverability. Because guess who else plays on Christmas Day? The Golden State Warriors play the Phoenix Suns.
Fire. That's fire. That's hot as shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Fire.
And it's the same day. If I'm mistaken, let's say 5 o'clock. That's a 5 o'clock game. So here are all the games. So there's gonna be 5 games on Christmas. 5 games on Christmas. It's gonna be at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. All this is Eastern time, by the way.
Right.
Mike, I believe you're in Central, so basically an hour before what I'm saying.
Awesome.
12 o'clock p.m. So at noon, it's going to be Atlanta at New York. So it's going to be the Hawks versus Knicks. Then at 2:30,
Ew.
right? Because they've been
The
playing
Bulls deserved a Christmas game. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, right. What? So they could be a Rudy Gobert 2.0? No, thank you.
Listen,
The Celtics and Bucks are playing at 2:30. which
We're gonna win the
eh,
championship. We're gonna win the
I mean, if we're gonna be, the only reason I'm gonna care is because I'm a Celtics fan. That's the only reason. I mean, if I wasn't a Celtics fan, I wouldn't care about that game. Then 5 o'clock game, Warriors at Suns. That's a 5 o'clock game. Then the 8 o'clock game, Nets at Lakers. Then the 10:30 game, Mavericks at Jazz. So, if we're gonna be honest, and Anthony Price said, I was saying that because if KD don't play, we're gonna see Harden versus Lakers, and that's true. But and the league has some maneuverability because they can still have them play the same day.
Give the Bulls the next spot.
Yeah, right.
Why not? Pride.
Right.
We've been gone a week and now we're disrespected again. That's crazy. That's crazy.
You want to know why I'm not giving y'all that spot?
Hmm.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because there's a better game on the same day.
Who?
Warriors and Suns.
We don't got to be the best game.
The 8 o'clock game needs to be the best game. I don't give a shit what anyone says.
Fine, but we could take that Lakers spot.
That's the 8 o'clock game.
But it's not going to be the best game regardless.
What do you mean?
You think the
No,
Nets?
no. But I'm saying, no. But this is what I'm saying. I'm saying the league, just to be on the safe side, should get the Suns and Warriors and put that at the 8 o'clock game.
Yeah, sure, but give the Bulls the next spot.
No.
Oh, you're crazy.
I'm gonna put it this way. Straight up, 100%. I try to be nice, but I'm being disrespectful. I'd rather give the Timberwolves a Christmas Day game.
Oh, you're crazy.
The Rockets.
You're crazy. Then the Bulls.
Matter of fact, the Trailblazers without CJ McCollum would collapse long, and let's go give Damian Lillard the night off.
We got all our guys back. Man, pride changed on me, bro. Been gone.
No.
We've
Look,
been
man,
gone
I'm
a
gonna tell you this
week.
right now. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Look,
We've
I'm
been
gonna tell you this
gone
right
a
now.
week.
On Christmas, I don't care about basketball. There's only one game I care about, and it's the 8 o'clock game. That's the only game I care about. I'm a Celtics fan, and I'm not even gonna watch our game. That's how disappointed I've been in us this year.
It'd be like that.
If you take us out and put the Timberwolves in, I wouldn't even be mad. I wouldn't even be mad.
Valid.
I wouldn't even be mad because we've been horrible. We've been dog doodle. You feel me? If you watch Rick and Morty, I got a doo-doo in my butt. That's been my Celtics all year, bro.
Man.
Like, they're horrible.
So, hey, Rick and Morty, if you want to sponsor the ASAP Network, also let us
Bro.
know. Pickle
Dan
Rick.
Harmon, hit your boy up.
Pickle Rick. I'm with it.
I turned myself into a pickle, Morty. I'm Pickle Rick. Yeah. It's time to get swifty in here. Shit on the floor. It's time to get swifty in here. Yeah, you don't understand, bro. Oh my God.
This
Rick
show
and Morty
got canceled. It's over with.
Bro, Rick and Morty's goated, bro.
It is, though. It really is, though. But
look, in terms of honestly, I think they should just let's be on the safe side. Back up the Lakers and Nets. Have Warriors and Suns. Both of them, be the Christmas Day, and go from there. Damien with a question. He said, not basketball related, but kind of reminds me. Now that the NFL canceled the COVID vaccination mandate, mandate. Do y'all see other leagues doing the same thing? What do you think it means for? Well, here's the thing. The NFL never had a vaccine mandate.
right, they don't care.
Yeah, no, they never had this because as they're out there, they never had a vaccine mandate. They were just like, if you're not vaccinated, there's different protocols you go with.
Right, like Cole Beasley has to jump through a hoop, walk through a highway, and then
But he's horrible. Who cares?
crawl through glass just to have 3 drops a game. And that's Cole Beasley.
Yeah, he did all this complaining just for you to just end up being dog shit. Like, what are we talking about here? But yeah, no, they have their own separate protocol they got to go through. So,
It is what it is, but I don't see it ever happening. I don't see them ever mandating anything, especially with the season coming to an end. They'll be able to get away with it, but it is what it is.
And honestly, I don't think it matters really for sports because the NFL picked up their mandate, or not the mandate, but they're starting to loosen up on it. And guess what?
They didn't
The
COVID.
Raptors are now cutting all their stadium capacity back down to 50%.
It's a bad time.
It is, and it's a simple way it could be fixed, but logic is hard to come by.
No, Pride. I don't want a third arm. I don't want.
I mean, look, bro. I'm not even going to.
Hey, let me get that flu shot though. That I have no idea what anything's inside of it.
Bro, it is a different flu shot every year, you idiots. They're like, oh, I don't trust the government. I don't trust them, bro. The government.
I don't either, but I don't
We
care.
can't trust the government. Meanwhile, the same government that approves the food we eat because it's got to go through the CDC, and the CDC is controlled by the government. But we're not even going to talk about that. Like, come on, you moron. Like the bowl of tricks you ate this morning, bozo, the government approved it. What are you doing here? You're a grown man. Come on, do better. Oh, but you're a sheep. You're a sheep. All right, and you're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Yeah, bro. I got into an argument with somebody, and they were like, bro, I was like, can I ask you a question? They were like, oh my God, it's horrible. I'm like, let me ask you a question. They're like, what? I'm like, what statement, like, where's your proof? And I'm like, all right, so go home. Go home. You're tired. You're drunk. You have no idea what you're talking about. Okay. If I said, like, I told him, I was like, bro, where's your PhD? He was like, oh, what kind of drink is that? Do better. Like, grow up, bro. Grow up. These are the type of people that are saying the vaccine's bad. This is the type of people. But again, Mike, these are the same people who will drink Pepsi, and Pepsi literally takes calcium away from your bones. But shots hurt. I want to start a podcast where I just shit talk people.
It's fine.
Swear to God.
That's valid.
I'll be good at it. Swear to God, I'll be good. Swear to God.
You get a lot of hate mail, but you'd be valid.
Fuck it, bro. I get hate mail regardless.
That's fair.
I get hate mail regardless. Look, I want to violate Shorty. What's Shorty's name? The one who says she loved PJ Washington. Shorty a walking L, bro. She was like, that was my man's. And I was like, $1 million question was, let's not be taking a picture with you. She started dumb hard. I'm like, yo, someone give Shorty someone throw her a bag to pull over her face, dog, because she take an L after L. But nah, straight up, man, I want to start that podcast.
No, I'd be with it. I'd be with it. That's perfectly fine.
I'm gonna go talk to Freddie. Because I swear to God, that's all I'm gonna do. That's all I'm gonna do. And every time someone comments in the chat, I'm just gonna violate their will to live, and that's it.
I'll be out there for the Anthony Davis special.
And there will never be one.
There will be.
No lie. Listen, every episode.
Hey, just give it a little bit more time, Pride. There will be.
Oh, I'll be honest with you. When it comes to Anthony Davis, I'm gonna say this right now.
It's coming.
It won't officially get here until his first year without LeBron.
Yeah, it's coming though. It's coming fast.
Like when LeBron's like retires, or like when he's done, and it's now AD's turn, and he don't step up,
it's gonna be a bad time. They're gonna say, "Oh my God, maybe Mitchell Trubisky wasn't the problem," just like Mike said. And I'm gonna say, "Oh my God, it's like I looked at it for what it was, and I was with correctly."
you. I was with you until you said that.
No, I'm still standing by it. Not a problem.
I'm not gonna say. How about this? Let's be in the middle.
Not a solution, but not the problem.
I'll agree with you there. I will agree with you there. I do. I believe, because honestly, I'll say this right now. I've said before, people got mad. If Patrick Mahomes was in Chicago,
dog shit.
He's not the guy we know.
Dog shit.
He's not the guy we know.
Did you see the game against the Chargers where it was 4th and whatever and in the red zone, and he just chucked it at the ground when Pringle was wide open? That's the Patrick Mahomes you would see on a consistent basis in Chicago. Respectfully. It's just how it would be.
You're not bugging for thinking that, though.
And probably sacked 5 more times a game.
Probably. And you're not bugging for thinking that, because again.
And I will say, though, not to cut you off, Pride.
Go ahead.
God bless me, because Jackson Mahomes would have a very hard time in Chicago.
You heard, real quick before we wrap it up, you heard what he did to like a bar?
Shout out to that bar.
Facts, bro. Look,
I will find that bar and go there.
It's in Kansas City.
Yeah, just to give everyone a tip. Jackson Mahomes isn't 21 years of age. What were you even doing there? That's neither here nor there.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, You can be in a bar when you're 18.
At that time of the night, though, what are you
Yes.
doing?
Yes, you're allowed. You just can't drink, which
I'm sure he was.
100% he had to be. Real quick, because I want to quote. I'm not joking. I'm pulling it up because I want to quote it.
That's perfectly fine. I got time.
Yeah,
I'll make time for Patrick or Jackson Mahomes slander. Perfectly fine with that.
And the sad part about it is not even slander. It's true.
Right.
Rio, what is up, my guy? How are you?
And I'll say this: a lot of people make fun of him for sexuality or the TikToks or any of that. I don't bash him for any of that. That's perfectly fine.
I bash him because he's an idiot.
Yeah, him as a person.
He's a horrible person.
Horrible
Let's call it what it is. Let's call it what it is. You're not gonna sit there because when he danced on Sean Taylor's thing, he was like, "Oh, they guided me."
That was it.
He was like, "Oh, they guided me there." I was like, "So you're telling me they
were
guided you to the one part of the field that was ripped off?" Yeah. So you're telling me you're so special that an away team got a spot specially made for you so you could dance on it? Do better. Make your mind up, moron. All right. So here it is. By the way, SOT is the name of the place.
I will be there.
SOT. Holy
SOT.
bro, they jumped up to over almost 20,000 followers.
As they should.
Facts, bro. We got to protect these people. But it's called SOT. It's in Kansas City. This is a direct quote, by the way, because they basically put up a picture of the boot that Jackson Mahomes wanted, the one he couldn't get because he's a piece of garbage who's a waste of sperm. I will say that till the day I die. And this is exactly what they said. And I quote, "It's time to talk, ... again. Yesterday we released No, this is a follow-up one.
Yeah, they retracted their first statement.
Yeah, that's the one they retracted it. No.
Yeah, they retracted it and made an original one. Or a new one.
No.
They apologized.
No, do better. What are we doing?
I see nothing wrong with what they said.
Nah, I do.
No, when they made the first statement.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the first one. Like, I had no problem with that.
Yeah, I was mad they retracted it, but I see why.
Yeah. No, I don't see why.
You know, Patrick gave him a call. You know Patrick.
No, and I'm saying, okay, Patrick. This is what I'm saying. Hey, Patrick Mahomes, don't tell us to apologize. Get your piece of shit brother to come apologize to us.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Oh, the mayor was talking about leave Jackson Mahomes alone.
Why though?
Like what are we doing here, bro? Like we're defending a clown who has no talent. Like, what is his talent? You're popular because of your brother,
right? And your dad, but
yeah, but you literally are nothing. They really were, and they deleted it, so there's nothing. Wow,
it's a bad time.
Wow. I'm boycotting. I'm boycotting this.
I see it. I see it. If the mayor was like, "I need you to take this."
No, and you know what I'm doing about my SOT? Hey, yo, mayor, you feel bad for him? You want to defend him? Well, guess what? Join him on the ban list. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Yeah, I would have doubled down on it personally. But
I'm tripling down. What are you talking? And this is probably the same mayor who probably never heard of the bar before. I mean, let's be honest. Let's call it what it is. It's probably the same dude who's never been there before.
Probably.
But you're defending Jackson Mahomes, a bozo who got no talent. What are we doing here? The bozo really out here trying to cancel a bar. Then he got put in his place. And this is what we doing? We defending this is what we defending?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Fuck him. Real sad pride. How do the Patriots slow JT down? Well, I'll be honest. Do I think we will? I don't know.
Hell yeah. Mac Jones will throw it 4 times today.
I will say this.
JT.
I will say this, and I'll leave it off here. Words are hard for me. I'm gonna be doing a play-by-play after this, starting at 8:10.
Check out Pride's play-by-play.
Yes, sir. But
I will be there in the comments.
Yes, sir. I will say this: in terms of Jonathan Taylor, it's gonna be tough. I do believe we'll do our best to neutralize him. I believe we're gonna stack the box because I believe our corners will be able to handle Indy's wide receiving core. But it's really a pick your poison because I'll be honest, if they don't run the ball, Carson Wentz, he's still a hell of a quarterback, and they still have a solid wide receiving core. So it's going to be tough, but I see a situation where Jonathan Taylor basically eats and does his thing, and we neutralize Carson Wentz. Yeah. Where that's personally how I believe would be our best chance. But that's gonna be us. That's gonna be it for us today. This has been Pride with your boy Mike. It's been ASAP Vibes. We'll be back here Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central. We'll see y'all next time. Be safe.
Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.